Oh shoot. Um, Actually, I will be right back. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. What's happening, y'all? Happy Friday. It's your boy. I know I haven't been on here much this week. Believe it or not, for once, it's a good thing. You know, I tend to not be on here when I'm busy. And in the past few years, since I've had this channel, being busy is not a good thing. But within this past week, being busy has been a good thing. I've been busy working on some plans that I have been trying to manifest and put into existence. And I got some good news on that regard. I have a somewhat entrepreneurial and somewhat job related task, goal, whatever you want to call it, that I have been occupied with. And if all goes well for me, it could be a significant boost to my life and something that I badly need after the year that I've had up to this point. Now, I will say that for anyone who finds themselves in a spot, let's say a work spot that is toxic, right? And you'll know when it's toxic. Hi, Cass. You're the first one here. I just realized that you were literally the first person here. What is going on this Friday? The last will be first and the first will be last. Hey, Marshall. Hi, I don't know what that says. Acer? Radu? Hello, Serge. What does this say? Is there a fried chicken coupon? I don't know. But apparently, nobody else can see that comment but me. But I read it anyways. Sometimes I read the comments after they get blocked. I thought I'd be late when I saw the notification, but it was 1 minute ago. Yeah, you were literally the first one on here. Curtis. Hello. I subscribed. Thank you. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that. Message held for review. Let's see. Politics, chicken, Kanye. I'm guessing before I press the button. Sex. Okay. That's quite the comment, Paul. You need some? Is that why you said that? You like it? You gotta elaborate more than that. You gotta elaborate. Anyways, what I was saying is that if you find yourself in a toxic environment, you might not notice the other areas that it creeps into your life and impacts your life. Because you might think to yourself, I can be this person that's in this toxic environment and then I can just leave the environment and then just be my regular self. No, man, it doesn't work that way. Now, for me, like I realize that for me because I feel so much lighter since my toxic environment, I actually did not choose to leave it. I was basically expelled from my toxic environment. And I was like, what am I going to do without it? That's how crazy it goes. And I was so used to these types of toxic environments because I've been dealing with them since 2018. And when I would leave work, the time that I spent from, let's say, 4 or 5, whatever it was, up until the next day was just recovery time. I just need to recover myself enough to be able to manage another week of grind, another week of being in defense mode, another week of just the world is on my back and I have a chip on my shoulder. That's not a normal way to live. Nobody should have to live that way. And when you find yourself out of those environments, right, they have seeped into you so much, or you might find that they have seeped into you so much that when you get out, you miss it. Because that's how it was for me for like a month and change. I was like, man, I really miss being in this environment. It's like I miss feeling like my life is meaningful and getting up and going to this place and running around and doing all these different things that I had to do. Like, I miss it. This is my routine for the past year, right? I get myself into a new environment that's not toxic. And the first month, that environment felt weird and foreign. I'm like, what do I do? People are kind to me, People ask me if I'm feeling stressed or how's my mental health doing, or when I do a good job at something, they're like, you did a good job, I appreciate you. And I'm like, what do I do with this? As stupid as that might sound, I'm like, what do I do with this? I'm used to spending my whole 8 hours defending myself or getting piled on or being told things that I'm doing wrong. So I'm in a good space right now, and because of that good space that I'm in, it's allowed my mind to actually be able to be more focused on my outside goals. It's allowed me to think more clearly. It's allowed me to plan better. It's made me like a better friend. I feel I had compassion fatigue. I feel my empathy coming back because I'm a naturally empathetic person, but I was feeling very little empathy for most people. Honestly, I went to 3 funerals in 3 months, and it was family members. It was 3 family members, and not immediate family, but 3 family members, 2 of which I won't say I was close to them, but I knew them pretty well, and I didn't feel like what I was because my emotions were being stifled by all the things that were taking place around me. So, yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Listen, I can't wait for the Big Brother season. I'm getting to the point of the year where I'm like, man, I miss Big Brother. And like I said, not even for the show itself. I mean, I miss the show on here and talking about the different showmances or what people are cooking, who's picking their boogers, alliances, and drama, live feeds. I wonder how I'm going to be able to finagle watching live feeds while I'm in the office. I don't know. But I feel like so much lighter than I have in the past few years, to be honest with you. Like, it's been a fog. It's been a depression that is, but I say a fog because it's like I walk outside and every day is cloudy to the point where I'm not recognizing it as a cloudy day. I'm like, it's just a day. It's just another day. Every day is cloudy. It's sunny outside right now, but I would still feel like it's a cloudy day on the inside. I don't know if any of that is making sense. The atmosphere, your Discord, yeah, all of those things are more popping. Like now, I pop in and I pop out of all of those places. You know, I pop in and out of Discord. I pop on and off YouTube. But during the season, I feel like I have to check in more often because I'm like, if I disappear for 48 hours, I'm gonna miss a lot. I'm gonna miss a lot of conversations. I'm gonna miss a lot of what's going on in the house. That's why Big Brother became so fun to me, because I actually started watching it and I started vlogging on it at the same time. Like, I was sitting down, I was watching Big Brother before I started putting it on my YouTube channel, and then I started watching. I watched like the Rob Has a Podcast breakdowns, and I watched the. I think I watched TV Talks with Tom. I watched Jolene, and then I've always said this. The one that made me actually start vlogging about Big Brother was Big Brother Boy, because when I watched the other ones, no, this is not meant in any kind of a way, but they were really polished. The other ones that I saw, like they were edited really well, or you know, they were really structured and formatted, whatever. And when I got to his, I was just like, his is not like that. So maybe I could just get on here and just be myself, and people are gonna like that. And that's just the way that it took off at that time. I wonder if we'll ever get another season that will be as poppin', because I remember one of my last two streams before the Big Brother 24 season ended. I want to say there was like 500 and something people on that stream. That's the most I've ever had to this day. And I think the most that I had in the 26 Big Brother season 26 was like 103 or something like that. So the math has never mathed like that again. I don't know why. We'll see. Every season is different. Maybe it depends on the season. Maybe because that season was such a hot button season. You applied for Big Brother, Marshall? Yeah, Tasha's daily links and her daily takes. Hi, Ma. Discord has been deceased. Just add and cast and Lane. Sometimes Lane. Shout out to the Graveyard Baddie. Bro has a crush on BB Boy. Okay. Okay. Doing some errands today. Yeah, like it's a difference between being tired, between being drained and being tired. I feel tired. You know, like it was a busy week, but I don't feel drained. That's an amazing feeling. My dad is playing Baby Shark. Yeah, it might not be active. I don't know. Like, I've been feeling, like I said, I felt that last season of Big Brother was lackluster. I felt like last season of Big Brother was lackluster, honestly. I didn't enjoy it that much. And the second half of the previous season, oh boy, that was hard. Especially when it got down to 5 and it was just the 5. Be right back. All right, back. Okay, let's see here. Hi, Chiricity. Let's see. I'm debating on what I'm doing right now. That's why. So I'm thinking a little bit. Yeah, I can wait. I have several things that I'm trying to do at this moment. One of said things, I have to make a return to Walmart. And yes, I got to make a return to Walmart, and then I have a couple of other things to do. Do you think the fees be? Yes, because especially last season, there was so much context cut out, and we were having these hardcore debates about Cam and Chelsea, and everybody was trying to like piece together the reasons why people were acting certain ways. And then there was the whole thing with Angela, allegedly, where she said something, and then it was a debate whether it was Angela who said it or whether it was Lisa who said it. And it was just like, I hate debating about things that I can't see. Like, if I could see it, all right, then we could say, you looked at this and I looked at this. This is how I feel. This is how you feel. But now, when it's something that neither of us have actually seen, and we're just putting together context, we're trying to put together context cues and analyze body language, facial expressions, and little pieces of conversation. And secondly, I hated the fact that they took away the ability to replay. Because, right, when something would happen and I was at work or I missed it for whatever reason, or if I had stepped out or I just turned the feeds off for a little bit, and I would look on Twitter, people would be like, timestamp 12:30, this conversation began. And I would sit down and watch the whole conversation. But without replay, I was now depending solely on YouTube pages and Reddit and Twitter to clip pieces of that conversation. So now we're arguing about a 2-minute snippet or a 3-minute snippet, and it's like, I don't have enough context to really dive into this debate like that, and neither do you. I noticed it didn't catch me up, but I'm caught up. I want to know what you have going on. When are you getting home? When is who getting home? I'm missing something. Dress to impress. This shirt, by the way, is a famous shirt, right? Because, well, a couple of things. I wore it to one of the first challenge parties that I went to, and I have a picture in this shirt doing a pole wrestle with Mark Long, and I've posted that before. Secondly, when the Big Brother 24 season ended, I was online half the night. I got on at like 7 o'clock p.m. I did a pregame show, and then I watched the episode live. Then I did a post show, and then I remember we were hopping around watching different interviews, because back then they did all the interviews in live, so we got to actually see them going around to the different channels and stuff and interviewing live right after the season ended, right after the season finale. Now they don't do that because they censor us out of all that stuff. But I remember somebody said, "What's up with your shirt? I hate the way that you dress. You need to take that shirt and burn it." And I was like, what? That came out of left field. And then the person told me to block them, and then I did. And then they went on another channel that I was following at that time and complained and said that I blocked them because of their Big Brother takes. It's rare that I block anyone because of their TV show takes. It's very rare. I like the shirt, personally. I still have it, obviously. I must have bought this shirt, I don't know. I've had this shirt for years. Probably at least, I think I probably bought this shirt back when Century 21 was open over here, because that was my purchase a lot of clothes era, because I could get them 80 to 90% off most of the time. This goes hard buffer. Now they're active in another channel. They're probably active in multiple other channels. And I was actually responded to her because Big Brother opinion that I didn't like. I blocked you because you told me I had an ugly shirt, and then you told me to block you. So I was like, okay. Your wish is my command. Now, why am I looking at these and they're not level? You know what? I think that one of the sides is bent a little bit. But that's why now I buy my sunglasses at Dollar Tree and Five Below, because I used to buy Ray-Bans and then I might drop it on the floor and step on it by accident, or different things, and then I'm like, I paid so much for these sunglasses, now they're just broken. And as expensive as those glasses are, it's not like they have a warm computers now. I didn't really share any news. I just basically said I have things that are going on with that are good things, which could potentially lead to me landing myself in a better position. So I have a presentation to make for my company next week, and I might have a second one. I might be getting sent somewhere on company dollar at the end of the month, but that is still being decided, and I think that it's so early that I'm still in a I have to prove it stage. So, but I'm ready to prove it, because I was telling my boss the other day that I've always been told that I have leadership ability. All my life, in school, after school, when I started working, I've always been told that. But then I've always been told that I don't show initiative. And that's a fact. I mean, in some ways I do show initiative, but in other ways, I'm like one of those that's above my pay grade people. But as I said to my sister the other day, if I can see tangible ways is going to provide me a reward for that initiative, then I'm going to show it. And I'm kind of seeing that where I'm at. So listen, I'm putting in the work. I have to go now. Have a great rest of the day. Let's go RMC. I assume that's a sports team or something. Bridgewater. Yeah, it would be cool if that happens. It would be really cool. I manifested something that I wanted to achieve. I kind of put a lot of things out in the air. And then my boss came to me yesterday and was like, "Hey, I'm considering you for a different position." And the thing that was suggested to me was the exact thing that I was hoping was going to be suggested to me. And it would be the biggest jump of my life if I can make that happen. So it's no guarantee, so I'm not gonna overly get my hopes up. Oh man, I forgot one thing that I was supposed to be doing, and it's too late now. But it's okay. It is A-okay. I'm glad they're seeing your abilities. You know what? I'm glad they're seeing my abilities too, but When I got into this job, I had a whole different mindset, and I'll tell you why. My last two jobs were upgrades, just in terms of financially. They were fairly big upgrades too. So I'm like, oh, this person's offering me this much money. Now I'm like, this person is offering me this much money. And as many of you know, the place that I'm at now was more out of necessity than it was out of choice. So it was not a financial upgrade. So when I got in there, I was saying to myself, the only way that I'm going to stay in this company is if I find a way to get myself out of this position and into another position. And an opportunity presented itself. And I said, okay, the position that I want does not presently exist. And so I have to kind of present it to my boss, but not in a sense of asking the person, hey, I want this position that doesn't exist. More like, I can do these things, and I know that you have a need for these specific things. And that's how I presented it. And the reason I did it that way was particularly just because of life experience. And also I had a friend. I have a friend. He's still my friend. But at one time, we were talking over a lot of different things relating to jobs. And he was like, jobs don't just throw extra money at you just because. And it's like, if you're just somebody who the job tells you, hey, can you complete these tasks? And you complete the tasks excellently, the best thing that you're going to get is a raise. You're not going to move from one position to another because they're going to be like, this person is an excellent task rabbit and we need them right where they are. And we're just going to raise them up as much as we have to. And if they leave, it sucks, but we'll be able to find somebody else. We'll just trial and error a few people, and we'll eventually find somebody who's excellent at tasks. Now, if you create something, if you figure out a way to solve complex problems, if you're generating things for the business that make the business different incomes that they were not previously getting, now you have a different type of value where they have to either give you a significant raise or they have to create a position for you. Because it's not about like, oh, I'm this valuable, I deserve this much money. Because this is how I used to think. I used to be like, I'm employee of the year, like I'm smart, I come to work on time, I do everything that I'm supposed to do, I don't cause any problems. Those things are all nice things, but they don't get you recognized by the CEO. Your direct supervisor will love those things. Your teammates, your team members, they will love those things. Your company, you're just another name on the board. But the funny thing is, hi, the girl's name, Lisa. You're selling yourself with a new job. Yes, I'm intentionally doing that. Because I was like, I can't afford to sit in the shadows and take a significant pay cut like that laying down. It's not their fault that I'm taking the pay cut. It's what they offered. It's what I accepted. and I accepted it because I couldn't make zero, so I had to make something. And they made me such a fast offer, and I needed it so bad. I took it. Um, but yeah, they had some deficits where I saw opportunities to fill those deficits, and I said I can be the person to do that. And my name is being thrown around in a good way at this moment. So hopefully everything turns out good with that. But I just feel like in a positive space overall, even if that particular thing doesn't happen for me, um, something will. Something will. It's around the corner. I haven't felt optimistic like that in a long time, but I feel optimistic. Uh, yeah, I think I'm going to jump off. I was going to say be right back, but I don't know. Be right back depends. I'm going in to get something and then leaving to go to Walmart. And normally when I jump in, um, if my mom's in a talkative mood, then I won't be back on immediately. So I'm just going to jump off. I may be back later, I may not. But if not, happy Friday. Thanks for your support. Enjoy your Friday and have a great weekend.